welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Sun, Sand, and Beach Volleyball, Volleybash 28.
Blue skies and plenty of smiling faces at Parksville for Volleybash 28. Hello everyone, my name is Rituro alongside Shane Hyde here. Shane, we have just witnessed on camera fantastic semifinals, and we now have our bronze medal match for the open category at Volleybash 28. On your broadcast right, Eduardo Bida, Michaela Rowlands, and Mark Ewan, Team International. And Shane, Mark Ewan almost didn't make this bronze medal match.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was they were actually serving for the match, and he ran into his own partner, Eduardo, and kind of jarred his neck, jarred his shoulder, thought he had dislocated it, and tried to play out the semifinal match. Wasn't quite successful, and he's going to give it a go here.
And if for whatever reason he can't continue, what's the protocol for substitution?
Well, it's kind of a, it's a weird one. We don't really have it in the rule books, but what we've decided is that they can make a substitution with somebody that is currently eliminated from the tournament that has played all day. That actually happened on the opponent's side as well, and I can let you know about that. But they do have somebody in place if Mark can't go.
Excellent. And on our broadcast, let their opponents, the aptly named Team Keira, featuring Keira Christensen, Jared Parhar, and Devin Jennings. Devin Jennings is in fact subbing in for Sam Harder.
That's right. Yeah, so exact same situation happened, and everything's okayed and agreed on, so we're good to go.
Fantastic. We've played at 21 points in our opening set. Bronze medal is on the line here at Volleybash 28. Having seen the semifinals so far here, Shane, who do you favor here to maybe have the edge? Is it Team Keira with the injury to Ewan, or does Team International have what it takes here?
Well, both teams are evenly balanced, very strong. Eduardo is a beast at the net. On the other side, we got Jared Parhar that has probably got one of the best blocks on the beach. So I know that. I played him. I was eliminated by this team myself. So I don't know. It could go either way here. Eduardo is a beast. He's from Brazil. He plays for Comoson College, and he was an all-star. So could go either way.
And Eduardo Vida will start this off serving for Team International on our broadcast right. And here we go. Ball up by Parhar. At the net is Ewan, touch with Christensen, gets it back up. Parhar looking for Jennings, he will free ball it over, but against the net, they will call that point. And International is on the board, 1-0.
Yeah, they're saying that was 4 hits that Keira actually, when she went to set, did not get contact with the block, so that's why they're calling 4 hits.
Volleybash, of course, on the honor system, one of its prizing features.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the few tournaments where we do not have referees. It's all called. They make all the decisions themselves. If we need to step in as organizers, we would, but they're usually pretty good, and it runs smoothly.
Keira Christensen back to serve. 1-all is his rally point, so the score will tick up regardless of who is serving. Ewan here. Bida! Great dig by Jennings. Parhar pops it up at the net. Christensen over, goes to the back, but it'll be out. Point for International. Looking to pick the back corner there was Keira Christensen, just a little bit too long. So far, some early net play from Mark Ewan does not look any worse for wear. So hopefully that shoulder holds up for him.
He's a tough competitor. He's played through a lot of injuries.
Ewan serving there. Parhar. Christensen. Waiting for Jennings. Up against Vida, who has the block touchdown. Parhar with the final touch there. 2-all.
Yeah, a bit of sloppy play happening here. I think it's interesting that feature court is the opposite direction of what they've been playing all day, so it definitely throws them off. So it'll take them a little bit of time here to get themselves sorted out, I believe.
So all the other courts, I guess you would consider horizontal, and this being a vertical court. So the orientation of the sun, different. As it stands right now, Parhar serving to the net. National with the serve out, Christensen. To Parhar. Past Bida, tries to get in. There was Michaela Rowlands, but it will fall. Point, Team Keira. 3-all. Very close to start, as you predicted, Shane. There's very little separating these sides, and 3-all early going is about what you'd expect. Jennings here to serve. Bida. Ewan. Back to Vida, up against Parhar, floats it over. Jennings, nice dig. Christensen pops it up. It'll be a free ball. Rollins. Vida. For Ewan. No, it's Rollins coming from the back, and she gets it to fall. Point for International. Rollins with a nice run up there from the back court.
Yeah, Rollins was a Volleybash champion, I don't know, about 3-4 years ago. So she's used to playing under the spotlight. She also played at VIU for many years for me, actually, in some national championships. So she definitely knows how to play under pressure.
Fair to say, Shane, you've probably seen the vast majority of the players at Volleybash in one form or another in your career.
Yeah, yes, I played against them, coached them. Yeah, when you're old as I am, you end up connecting with them somehow.
Keira Christensen back to serve here, 4-all.
Keira was a member of the 2018 VIU National Champions this year, so she knows how to play as well.
She'll float that one in. Rollins is there. Ewan pops it up. Bida into the wall, known as Jared Parhar. No getting past him there.
Yeah, he's a quiet blocker. You don't expect him to be that much of a force at the net because he's not a big, flashy player, but he definitely has one of the biggest blocks out here.
Christensen serving again. Rollins. Ewan will get there. It'll be over the net, though, and out. Will fall for another point for Team Keira. Up 6-4 now.
You know, that play there is just a sign of Ewan just not feeling comfortable. Like, it looks like he's doing fine and moving around, but every little bit there throws him off.
You can tell it's serious. He has abandoned the shades, and it hits the net and falls for Christensen's serve. Everybody moved the wrong way on that one, and Christensen serving a bit of a streak here.
Yeah, both teams not showing a lot of emotion out there.
Well, semifinals were exhausting, though, especially for Team International. And all the way to a third set. And there's Bida with a big kill. No stopping that. 5-7 now.
Yeah, this year we had a lot of international players. Eduardo, obviously one of them from Brazil. We had 2 other players from Brazil and some Croatian influence this year.
The United Nations of Volleybash showing up again, and Bida that time, bit too much power, did manage to beat the block, couldn't keep that in play. Point for Team Keira, 8-5.
Yeah, Eduardo wanting that one back for sure. That's just a sign of playing all day in this heat. It's a lot of matches, and that's just a sign of him being slightly tired.
There's a tiny bit of a breeze coming in off the ocean, though not so much that you would feel chilled doing it. Certainly not so much, as you say, to really cool off after a hard day of beach volleyball here in Parksville. Parhar with the serve. Bida is there. Ewan sets it up. Rollins off of Jennings. Christensen is there. Devin Jennings, Jared Parhar off the block of Bida into the chest of Mark Ewan. That'll fall for a point. 9-5, Team Keira. We'll take a look at this on the replay here, Shane. Not too bad there. Managed to find a seam through the block of Bida, and Ewan, while being in the right position, just not able to get a good swing there.
Yeah, nice high swing there by Jared Parhar. That's our goal here when we're playing out on the beach, is to contact at the highest point above the net. That's a good point there.
Rollins, topspin serve there. Ewan will tap it over. Jennings gets a hand to it. Christensen saves it. Parhar goes back row, but can't get the elevation into the net. Point for Team International. 9-6. That'll be Ewan back to serve here.
This is where the sun plays a major role in this.
He may have regretted his decision to abandon the sunglasses prematurely, Mark Ewan. Christensen sets Jennings. Pass Bida right into Ewan, and unfortunately can't keep that in play. Great positioning, though. Just not able to save the point. 10-6 now, Team Keira. We'll take another look at it here.
This is Devin Jennings' big shot. He loves to go down the line. That's his bread and butter. Anytime you see him take a big swing, it's down the line usually.
And that one touches the line. It's an ace for Jennings. Doesn't come any finer than that.
It's looking like this international team is a bit rattled. They're looking a little tired, and maybe the injury to Mark is a little bit more influential than we thought.
Jennings to Vida. Ewan calls for it, puts it back up to Vida. Right into Jennings. Good save by Parhar. Rollins. Vida to Ewan. Off the block. Jennings is there. Parhar. The little touch there is too soft. That's an easy point given away to Team International. 11-7. The finesse play just not coming off there, Shane.
Yeah, well, let's not forget that they haven't played together today. This is the first time that they've played, so...
and Jennings being the substitute coming in for Sam Harder. Rollins now serving International. Parhar, Jennings. Parhar will get there, but he'll go long. Another point for International. They close the gap, 11-8. So we're going to 21 here in the first set. Or must win by 2, so whichever is greater. So not even halfway through here. But so far, good showing by both sides. Rollins served. Parhar. Christensen. Parhar at the net. Touches up Vida. Ewan does well to get there. Vida will put it up for Rollins. She'll give the free ball, but it's too long. And that'll be a point for Team Keira, 12-8.
Those balls there, those plays are frustrating when you're out there. There's both sides are doing it. They make great digs, good sets, and then there's just a weird play at the very end that cost them the point.
Christensen. Little jump serve there. Rollins gets in front of Vida. Ewan still gets it up. Vida. Big power. Christensen is there. Great dig by Keira Christensen. Parhar will give the free ball over. Ewan. Vida. It's Rollins at the net. Gets it off of Parhar. Christensen saves it again. Vida touches it over. Back and forth it goes. Big block at the net by Eduardo Vida. Point for Team International. Big round of applause from the Parksville crowd. It was free ball central there. Some excellent defense, Shane.
Yeah, both these Keira and Mickey are playing some great defense. Both of them are liberos. One plays for Camosun, and Keira's our starting libero at VIU, so she knows how to play defense. There's no doubt.
Vida off of Jennings. Oh, they get it over. It looked like it was done. Fantastic last-ditch defending. Vida with the kill. Well, some individual efforts in defending, top shelf there from Keira Christensen and Devin Jennings, but in the end, International seals the point with a massive kill.
It's interesting to see the different styles that these teams have. The Team International, they have Mickey Rollins back, serve receiving and attacking with Mark up at the net. So they have one guy hitting. Usually that's easier to seal on them in the block, but Eduardo's doing fine.
He serves here off the net, and it'll fall. He'll get his ace. However you get it, it counts. 11-12. And that large lead Team Keira had built up has somewhat evaporated. Vida hits it again. Parhar this time. Christensen. Jennings. Bit high, but he gets it over. Vida sets up Ewan. Goes over everyone and falls out. Point to Team Keira, 13-11.
That was an important side out there. They needed to stop the bleeding. Team Keira was definitely giving up a lot of points in a run there, so that was an important time to switch it up.
Now serving into the sun, Jared Parhar. Floats it over, Rollins calls for it. Ewan puts it up. Vida off the block, Devin Jennings. Tower of power at the net. Point for Team Keira, 14-11.
Jennings played. You see the block here by Devin Jennings. Huge block. Devin played for VIU for 3 years indoors. Has decided to stop his indoor career.
Fantastic outdoor career so far, though, it looks like. Kayla Rollins puts an odd-looking free ball over. It fools everybody. Parhar making the dig there. Making an attempted pass to our own Shane Hyde, but sadly he is commentating, not playing at this point, so nothing doing there. Point for Team International, 14-12. Mark Ewan back to serve here. It's his first overhand serve since the injury. Puts it right to Parhar, who gets it back off the set and kills it. Jared Parhar, no mercy there. And Team Keira up 15-12.
Huge kill there by Jared. Just reaches high up there. Great set too by Keira, but no chance for Team International on that one.
Jennings goes the short serve, hits the net. This time Michaela Rollins is there. Ewan pops it up. They'll get it over. Scrambling defense works in the end. Jennings into the block of Bida, but gets it to fall past. 16-12. They will switch sides here. Not a moment too soon if you're Team Keira as they switch sides and now serve away from the sun. They only do have that brief water break here for both sides. Get a bit of hydration from this September sun. As they hit the break, 16-12, Team Keira, consisting of Keira Christensen, Jared Parhar, Devin Jennings. Devin Jennings filling in for Sam Harder, who's out with an injury. Up against Team International, Eduardo Bida, Michaela Rollins, and Mark Ewan. Ewan's still playing with a shoulder injury. You can see him in the foreground there with the backwards hat. So far, he seems good to continue. We'll take a look at some highlights of these last few plays here as the teams rest up here, Shane. Some great efforts here defensively. As you can see, no ball is given up on here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They, Mickey's doing a great job of just fighting through stuff, and even on her knees, she's popping the ball over. We've seen that on Keira Christensen doing the same thing. It's just both these girls are really contributing out there with their defense, and then you got the beasts at the net, Jared Parhar and Eduardo Bida. Those two are beasts, and Mark's doing what he can. Obviously, we know he's injured, but he's doing pretty good. And this is no different than what they did in round robin and in all their semifinal and quarterfinal matches. Mark was doing the setting, so even though his shoulder is injured, this isn't different than what we've seen all day from Team International. Mark at the net and Mickey back. So interesting style, but it's been working for them for sure.
Currently down 16-12 in the first set. This bronze medal game, Volleybash 28. Team Keira will be serving. Devin Jennings back to serve. Bida and Rollins waiting for it. Will be Rollins to Ewan at the net. Makes the little tip. Gets the point. 16-13. Team International with the sneaky little tip play at the net.
Yeah, that one, normally Jared would have wrapped that up pretty good, but I think he thought that Mark was set in that one.
Into the sun now. And Ewan's actually waiting for a second. And will they switch it up?
I think they're figuring out whose serve it is. So they'll ask each other. Yep. They've decided, they figured it out. No? Maybe it's like ball change?
Maybe they didn't like the quality of the one they're currently using. And yes, that would be it.
Maybe it was a stall tactic there on Mark's part. I don't know.
A little bit of gamesmanship to try and let his shoulder recover. Regardless, Michaela Rollins with the serve. Jennings, Christensen, Parhar goes light, but too light. Can't get it over the net. Unforced error there, and Team International closed the gap a little more. 16-14.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest set by Keira, so Jared thought he would try and save that ball, but the set definitely needs to be tighter.
Rollins puts it right in the middle. She'll get an ace out of that. Miscommunication from Jennings and Parhar. 16-15.
Maybe the change of ball was just what this international team needed.
It was a crafty strategy, if indeed it was the strategy all along. Regardless of whether it was planned or not, they'll take it. They've almost leveled the scoreline here. Parhar, Christensen, Jennings. Bida's big block, but he can't keep it on the wrong side of the net. Sorry, it falls on the wrong side of the net, excuse me. 17-15, and a crucial side out there to stop the rally.
And that's the advantage. The advantage here is having Keira be the setter, so she actually can stall that block, so Bida's just a step off on that hit from Jennings.
Christensen's jump serve right to Rollins. Ewan pops it. Bida off the block, and no one can quite get there in time. Big block from Jared Parhar falls, 18-15.
Once again, this is a beautiful block by Jared. Look at how high he gets. He pushes through the block, gets it just with his right hand. Huge block there. Like I said, one of the biggest out there.
Not many places where Bida could have gone there. That serve is long, though. Good eye from Eduardo Bida. Point for Team International, 18-16, as they'll get their service back, and Bida himself will serve this one up. And that is a diving one-handed dig from Jared Parhar at the net. Joust with Eduardo Bida. He'll get it to fall, 18-17.
Yeah, Keira decides to go to set that ball with a bump set rather than use her hands, and she seems to be a little bit inconsistent on that bump set, and Jared's getting him tight off the net, and that one was a tough one for him to try and save. Not against Eduardo.
Sonnett is back now. Big jump serve, and that one catches Devin Jennings flat-footed, and we are all tied up at 18.
You know, I played these guys this afternoon, my team, and Eduardo did this to me all day long. Serve sharp cross court, and it's a tough serve.
Hits it again. That one, though, just long, but not by much.
Yeah, and those are the ones that this Team International need to get. This is twice now where they've got on a roll, and then they seem to shoot themselves in the foot, and then Team Keira comes back and grabs a few extra points. This is a crucial point here for Jared Parhar.
We have the team of Harder +1 and Master of Sets to court 4, please.
19-18 Team Keira. Serve from Jared Parhar. Ewan pops it. At the net, Bida's little poke falls, but sadly does not stay in.
And there's an example of Eduardo Bida calling his own net. You know, it's that no referee system. This is a set point right here.
Ewan to Rowlands, and this will stay in, and Christensen with a great one-handed diving dig. Jennings will give up the free ball. High back to Ewan. Bida sets it for Ewan. Over the block, Christensen pops it up. Parhar now. Christensen again gives the free ball. Bida is at the net to block it.
Yeah, some indecision there, whether Jennings was going to take that or Christensen. And this is possible set point here too.
2019. Ewan back to serve, serving against set point. Parhar there. Christensen. A little bit behind Parhar, gets it over. Ewan diving dig. Bida puts it up and over. Parhar gets it to fall. That set point. Came a bit uncontrolled at the end there. And in the end, Jared Parhar makes no mistake going cross court. First set to Team Keira, 21-19.
Shoulders still working for him.
Might as well play our last one.
Oh, we'll see if he can continue on. Looks good to go. We'll find out for the second set coming up next at Volleybash 28 in just a little bit.
With a little help and a loving hand, I will take my steps in turn. From speech to motor and life skills, the CDC knows how I learn. For some children, there's an extra challenge to learning, but you can help. The annual Nanaimo Child Development Center telethon will air live from the Port Theatre. Show your support and tune into Shaw TV Channel 4 from noon to 8 p.m.
Nanaimo CDC.
To Parksville, here we are. Highlights of the first set between Team Keira and Team International. Team Keira winning that one 21-19. As we get ready for set 2, Shane Hyde and Rituro here calling the action from Parksville Community Beach. And Shane, set 2, the big goal for both sides here likely being just cleaning up some of these little errors that led to so many points given away.
Yeah, both sides. You know, it was what, 21-19 there, and I think that each side would have liked to have about maybe 10 of those points back and clean those up. So we'll see. We'll see if the second set is the same.
So currently in front of your screen here on your broadcast right is Team Keira, consisting of Keira Christensen, Jared Parhar, and Devin Jennings. Jennings a sub for the injured Sam Harder. And on our broadcast left, Eduardo Bida, Michaela Rowlands, and Mark Ewan, Team International. Team Keira here serving, and the namesake, Keira Christensen, to start things off for the second set. Ewan, Rowlands, Bida gets over the block of Parhar and right to the back corner. Did it stay in? It did.
Well, no, actually that ball was hit out, but Jared Parhar called himself on the net, so there was a net violation on Jared Parhar. Again, showing the honesty of our players out here at Volleybash.
Who needs referees? Bida with the serve. That one will go long, and we're all even up. Like we talked about just a few seconds ago, Shane, it's just those little things, cleaning up those tiny errors, keeping that momentum. And just like that, we're back to 1-1. Jared Parhar back to serve. Off the net, Bida pops it up. Rowlands, Ewan Does put it off the hand of Keira Christensen. Gets his kill, 2-1.
Yeah, Mark Ewan showing his experience here. He has played at every level. He still, at his size, can do more with a ball than most people out there, most big guys. So Mark Ewan, injured and all, doing a great job.
Sends the sky ball up, the sun in his opponent's eyes. Tactical decision perhaps. Parhar with the kill. Roland's there for the dig, but unfortunately, not able to keep it in.
Yeah, it seems like this Team Keira, they're going after Team International down the line. A lot of big swings. I think what's happening is they're getting Beta's getting kind of stalled on the block, not knowing which partner Keira is going to be setting, and it's working for them.
Jennings with the serve. Ewan. Hyde block or diggity gets it. Beta winds up and gets that to fall. 3-2. Keeping it close early on. No real. We saw this in the first set as well.
Well, it's interesting because now they've got Mark Ewan back, and they're trying to have Mickey do the setting so they can stall the block of Jared. So you could see Beta get that kill.
The mind games commence. It's Michaela Rontz. Parhar, Christensen, Jennings on the outside into the block of Eduardo Beta. No way through there, 4-2, and finally the first more than 1 point lead opens up.
Here's Beta reading the play correctly this time, getting the block on Jennings.
Christensen up to Parhar. Ewan does well to scramble and get there. Beta, Rollins, gets it over Jennings. Christensen is there. Jennings sets. Parhar up against Beta, pops it over. Ewan with the one-hander. Couldn't get it to roll over the top of the net, and it will fall.
Interesting one there. Mark Ewan was looking for the net touch on Jared, but he didn't realize that Eduardo, his own partner, had already called the net, so that was a point for Team Keira.
4-3 as they switch sides. Team Keira will serve. Beta gets himself ready. Shades are back on. It's the setting sun. Now a definite factor. Rollins for Beta. Over the head. Christensen tries to get there. The block is down as opposed to up. The dig, rather. And 5-5, all tied up.
5-5. The second set.
Some confusion. I think they might have flipped one too many numbers there on the scorecard. I think 5-3 is the actual score. And now they have it set up 5-3 International. I was wondering where those extra points came from for Team Keira, but there we go. 5-3. Beta serving right to Parhar. Christensen with a little touch, but Rollins is there. Beta to Ewan. Off the block, and Jennings can't get there. 6-3.
Another sign that Ewan's shoulder is starting to feel a bit better, or maybe he just can't feel it, who knows, but he's starting to swing. He's starting to play some amazing defense, and it looks like this international team is starting to look a little more comfortable and in control.
Beta back to serve. He's got a wicked serve, and he uncorks it there. Does not fall. Oh, it does fall. It does clip the corner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're calling that one in.
7-3. We'll check here on with our luxury of a replay camera, and it sure does.
Oh, yeah, you can see the line pop up there for sure.
Beta with the jump serve, clips the net and falls again. Beta's going on a bit of a streak here.
Yeah, like he tags the one left side and then he goes and tags the right side. So
all he needs is a crossbar and he's got all three.
Exactly.
Eduardo Beta here, part of Team International, serving again. There's the top of the net, so both sides in the clipping. Parhar with the big kill of his own. This time he hits the back line. 8-4. And Team Keira get one back.
That was a close call. I didn't know if that was in or out, but no argument from Team International, so obviously it clipped the line.
And now the chance with some service to close that gap. Jared Parhar. Jump. That one goes over the line, though. Bita thought about it, ultimately called off. 9-4.
I just heard one of the recreational players sit down beside us and say, "Oh my, everything hurts." That's what these guys have done today. They've played all afternoon.
Jennings, Christensen. Jennings goes for it, gets the kill. Devin Jennings with the big arm there. And they'll switch sides after this one. Devin Jennings.
Big, high contact. Again, Bita's just one split second off on his decision to close that block.
Jennings serving into the sun after that side switch. Filter right towards Ewan. Bita. Be back to Ewan. Into the block of Parhar. Rollins was there, just not able to make contact. 9-6. Jennings hoping to get a little bit of a extended run of points here to close the gap even further. Ewan, they're targeting Ewan here. Bita with his version. Nope, that's going to go long. 9-7.
That's an interesting decision because Mark is one of our best defensive players, best passers out there, but it seems to be working. Maybe it's the shoulder that's getting him off a little bit.
And again, they go for that side, but that time Jennings not able to keep himself in play.
But the biggest thing is that they close that gap slightly, so that's what they're saying on Team Keira's side.
At one point there was a 4 or 5 point gap there. It's down to 3. Michaela Rollins on the serve. Nice low serve, but Jennings does get it up. Parhar over to Ewan. Bita. Rollins. Gets it past Parhar, but not Jennings. Parhar to Jennings off the block of Bita. That's going to go. There's a quick discussion just to make sure.
Yeah.
And that will be indeed a point.
A heated question, and then yeah, you're right. So that's the beauty of this Volleybash. No referee system. Love seeing that.
Parhar off of Rollins' serve. Christensen, Jennings, just a little touch. Ewan is there. Bita. Ewan gets it through the block. A great dig by Parhar. Jennings gets it as high as he can. Parhar off the head of Bita, but it'll fall. That's using your head, Eduardo Bita. 12-7, and there's that 5 point gap again.
Look at that block, using every part of his body. It's a huge block. Resilient tower.
Rollins does get it over, clips the net. Parhar goes cross court. Ewan was on his way there. Just not able to get enough height on it, but he read that so well.
Yeah, like I said, Mark is one of, especially when he's healthy, he's one of the best defenders. He's been doing it for 20 years out here. He's, everybody is impressed by his jump, but his defense is definitely the most exciting part of his game.
Keira Christensen back to serve. Goes right to Ewan again. Rollins. Bita gets it over Jennings, but not in play. That'll be a point for Team Keira. But no, they call it a touch.
I don't know if there was a touch.
Maybe we can see that again. But that does give the service back to Team International. And yes, it is a touch, so 13-8.
Let's see here on the replay whether there is a touch.
Oh, there, just on the edge of his pinky.
Yeah. No argument, that's for sure, so.
Parhar, Christensen, Parhar, off of Bita. And that will fall and go out. 13-9.
Pretty exciting exciting activity happening right between our sets here. We've got Vancouver Island Skydive. They're going to skydive right here on feature court, so you can see the Volleyball BC people giving away frisbees, and they're going to throw these frisbees onto feature court, and the first frisbee that they land on, they'll give away a free skydive. So spectators getting into it too.
Fantastic. Parhar with the serve. Ewan digs up Rollins. Ewan again. Past Jennings right to Christensen, and Ewan with the kill.
Yeah,
14-9.
Healthy shoulder there.
Playing 21 in this second set. Team Keira currently up 1-0, but don't tell Mark Ewan. Ewan back to serve. Just a little bit short though, and after that, unforced error, 14-10.
10-14, with Devin Jennings back to serve.
It'll be Devin Jennings now here to serve. Jennings back to Beta. Rollins. Beta off the block of Parhar. Jennings was in mid-dive but just couldn't make contact. 15-10. The 5-point gap is restored for Team International.
Yeah, Beta back there. Huge, huge hit. They're just playing that ball so high above the height of the net.
Kayla Rollins. Parhar. Christensen. Comes Jennings. Gets past Beta, but Ewan is in a fantastic position to make that dig. Goes backcourt, but just can't keep it in. Throws the hat in disgrace and disgust. What a great defensive play. Just couldn't seal the point afterwards.
Sometimes when that happens, you can see this. Sometimes it's a beautiful dig on Mark's side, and then he gets it back and he's so excited about it. He wants it so bad, and that's usually what happens, unfortunately.
Christensen. She'd get this rally started to close the gap. Rollins, Beta against Parhar. It does fall. They're going to call each other on net or over.
Well, there's no center line, but you cannot interfere with the block. So I don't know what they're going to call here because it looked like looks like the ball was dead.
We'll see here.
We'll see it here.
Beta is walking back with the ball.
Oh, but he was on the net that they did not. I think they're going with a reserve.
And they are indeed.
Yep.
Going with reserve. It'll stay 15-11, no point awarded. And Christensen will go again. 15-11. Team Keira 11, Team International 15. Rollins, Ewan, over Parhar. Christensen digs it up. Parhar, Jennings, goes short. Rollins is there. Beta, over to Rollins. Gets it past Parhar. Jennings, though, with a great dig. Parhar puts it up. Christensen, great block at the net by Beta. Second effort for Parhar, and that's touched and falls. This time, it'll go to Team International, 16-11.
That was a good reserve. I'll take that.
16-11.
So in the end, the point does fall to Team International. All is well with the world.
Yeah, we have a saying here that ball never lies, so.
Parhar off the block of Beta. Oh, Ewan making the diving attempt. Nice half gainer there. Sadly, not able to make contact, 16-12. And they will switch sides here.
Big high swing here by Parhar right off the mark. Just took one step forward and it cost him that dig.
Big smiles all around though. Team Keira appreciating the effort from their opponent.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Volleybash is we're all friends out here. We get competitive, but afterwards we all socialize together, and that's the great thing about this Volleybash tournament. It's a way of ending the summer, and it's great. It's great to see some of your best buds.
Jared Parhar. Ewan watches that, and that'll go long. Point for Team International, 17-12.
Same kind of situation as the first set. There's a lot of errors happening here on both sides, and it's hard to get the flow of the game going because of these errors. And you can see it. It's the crowd wants to get into it, but these errors are kind of killing the action.
In both sets, it's been later in the set, so fatigue possibly could be setting in for both sides here. Christensen up for Jennings. Gets past Beta, but Rollins is there. Beta, Rollins. Past Parhar, Jennings as well get up. It's a free ball, but it's out. Good call from Rollins, shouting, leave it. And Beta hears it in time, and it falls 18-12.
Yeah, Mickey almost pushed Eduardo out of the way on that one.
When he can't hear you, find another way to get your point across. Ewan, Jennings, Christensen, Parhar. Rollins is there. Beta, Ewan. Past Parhar, Christensen just a bit late on the dive. 19-12, 7-point gap. They have opened up so much space here at Team International.
Mark Ewan with we call that a cut shot. Nice roll shot cross court.
Ewan serving here. Parhar, Christensen, back to Parhar. Beta's there, it's off the block. And not quite able to get there was Ewan. Rollins got a fist to it. And Ewan, great scramble, not able to make contact.
I guarantee that if Mark didn't have a shoulder injury, that this ball, you could see Mark kind of let up here at the very end of this one. It was hit off hands. Mickey does a great touch, and Mark just kind of let up, knowing that his shoulder isn't at the level where he's used to.
Jennings with the serve. Ewan pops it right. It'd be a free ball for Parhar. Catches the line as it goes back down. No mercy whatsoever from Jared Parhar being given a big, juicy free ball like that.
Here's a rare shanked pass by Mark Ewan, and Jared Parhar makes him pay for it with a big overbump.
Jennings, that's one serve. Now he gets another. Ewan. Rollins puts it up. It's Ewan against Parhar, but Parhar with the massive block. 19-15.
15-19 for Team Keira.
Oh, they're switching it up. Mark's going up to serve. He's looking a bit fatigued, so they're bringing Mickey back.
Jennings goes right for her. Ewan sets it up. Bida up against Parhar with another big block. This time both Rollins and Bida were there, but that was a textbook block from Parhar. Nothing much you could do about it. And they will switch sides.
So a big saved set here, and Eduardo with the swing, but Parhar is just too much of a force at the net. Watch if this Team Keira, if they get the next point here, I wouldn't doubt if you see a timeout on Team International's part.
They've closed it to 19-16. It clips the line.
Look here, I would be surprised if they do not call a timeout here.
That was an ace.
You don't see timeouts very often here at Volleybash, but they are allowed one. Nope, they're deciding to play through.
Jennings serves, no timeout called. Ewan, Bida, just a little tip over Parhar. He'll get it back over though. Ewan, Bida sets. It's Ewan off the block. Jennings is there. Parhar dumps, but it goes long. Rollins there, making sure everybody saw the call. And now it is 2017 set point. Chance to even it up in a set apiece. Take us to a third and deciding set.
Yeah, Mark's shoulder is definitely not 100%. You can see him.
And he's calling for timeout.
He's calling
right
a
there.
timeout. This might be an injury timeout. Same thing happened, the exact same situation, except it was way closer in the semifinal match, and it actually cost these guys the trip to the gold medal match. Here.
They were exhausted then. It was a third and deciding set. They were well past the 15-point mark. No cap in those third sets.
Yeah, it was actually, they were serving for match point, and Mark had to get his shoulder worked on. That was when he initially hurt his shoulder. So here we are again, and he's grimacing with his shoulder, and that's why they called this timeout, was for Mark's shoulder.
Might make more sense why they say I did earlier. It was keep it in case that shoulder flares up, perhaps. Only in emergencies.
Yeah.
And he does seem to be good to go, though. A little bit of a limp as well. That can't be good. Take a look at the last point. Ewan with the big swing off the block. And it was here where you could see he was not exactly doing well after that big swing.
No, well, he was setting, and then with the way the rally went, he was forced to peel off the net and actually take a swing, so he wasn't mentally ready to use his shoulder, and I think that was one of the reasons why he was setting in the first place.
You can see him down and stretching here.
Yeah, but you're right. It looks like right now it's his leg, too. Well, you know what? When you're a big jumper like Mark, and you're, sorry to say it, but you're getting a little older. Mark's I think he's about 42. It catches up on you.
They serve quick. Bida. Parhar off the fist. Rollins pops it up. Bida is there. It's going to go over and just out.
Staying alive.
2018 still set point here for Team International, but now Team Keira serving. Keira Christensen, the team's namesake, serving into set point for Team International here. Ewan is back to defend. Rollins setting. Bida back there as well. It goes long, and that's the set. Unforced error there from Keira Christensen, and set 2 goes to Team International, 21-18. We will have the third and deciding set coming up next on Shaw TV's Volleybash 28 coverage. Don't go anywhere.
The show is a showcase of Vancouver Island personalities, events, causes, entertainers, artists, musicians. Basically look at the culture and the personalities that really make our communities tick and make them so vibrant. We're really stoked to be on television. Our guests are stoked to be on television. We're learning, we're getting messaged in the community, and we're allowed to have a really good time while doing it.
And we are back. They started a little bit early. They were eager to get this third set underway. There's the poke from Jared Parr. That is the first point going to Team Keira. 1-0 as we start the third and deciding set for the bronze medal at Volleybash 28.
They'll be switching sides every multiple of 5 here, so it's a quicker game.
And as opposed to the 21, it's 15. And after that serve from Jennings, Vida has to move quickly. Rollins with the low bump to put it over. Parhar gets it up. Jennings, Christensen, right at Ewan. Ewan still looking good to go. Bit shaky there, but it was good enough to walk around during the break, and he will watch that sail over, and we're tied at 1.
Just out. That makes the score 1-1.
Ewan looking a little bit worse for wear, but he was still well enough to check his iPhone and make sure everything was still recording properly. But he is good enough to go here in this third and deciding set. Chance to get a bronze medal. Eduardo Vida back to serve. Roland quickly checking the line there. Just come a little bit askew. And now Vida to serve. Right at Jennings, pops it up. Christensen for Parhar. Over the block of Vida. Ewan. Vida. It is for Ewan. Little touch off the block of Parhar, and Vida does get there, but he knocks it under the net. 2-1 Team Keira.
And that point goes to Team Keira. Nice little chip and go at the net.
Nice set there by Eduardo, and again, Parhar showing his height at the net.
Vida. Christensen there, but just too much power from Eduardo Vida. Gets the kill, all tied at 2.
2-2. Mark Ewan back to serve.
All day, all these matches went 3. And these guys have been playing since 10 o'clock this morning non-stop, so they must be tired.
Ewan, Parhar, Christensen, Jennings, big pop up by Ewan. He gets back off the block. Jennings is there, Parhar. Jennings goes short and it falls. Little miscommunication. Ewan head on hands, can't believe it. But it's 3-2 Team Keira. Little change up there, catching everybody off guard.
Mark Ewan showing his defensive skill. Pretty good shots. And then I don't know why he was there for this one, but I see Eduardo kind of reached for it and faked him out a bit.
Now Keira Christensen back to serve. 3-2. Ewan, awkward dig, but he gets it up. Vida, great dig by Jennings. Christensen keeps it live. Jennings with the free ball. Rollins, Vida, Ewan, little touch, Christensen. And that will, it will fall. Parhar. Looked like that might have been floating long, but it does catch the back corner. 4-2 Team Keira.
2 previous times, Parhar did the same thing, and it went out. But this time, you could see that Parhar goes over on 2, and it's close, but he gets it this time. Third time lucky, I guess that's what they say.
All of the ones were just warm-ups. That was the trick. Rollins, Vida, over Parhar. Jennings with a great block, or dig, excuse me. Free ball from Parhar. Vida, Ewan, bump set. Vida, kill right to Christensen, denied. Parhar, Rollins. Vida, here comes Rollins up against Jennings, little touch. A little bit of a fake out there. Jennings thought he could get there, ended up throwing Christensen off her run. Gives the point over to Team International.
So this is a situation of Jennings not playing with this team all day long. So if he was playing with this team all day long, he would have the trust that Keira's going to get that ball. But that team communication wasn't there.
Sam Harder was the third for Team Keira. Parhar off the block of Vida, hits it again. Vida doing it himself. Make the block, make the kill. 4-4.
Make the score 4-4.
Eduardo Vida, just an absolute beast out there.
Yeah, Vida goes up. Touches it himself. He's allowed to go over on 2, so he takes it.
Jennings up against Bita. This time Jennings gets the better. That is a monstrous swing from Devin Jennings. 5-4, Team Keira.
Jennings normally goes line when he's going to really, really hit the ball hard, and that time he goes cross court, just chews it out. That's a great swing.
Ewan. Rollins back to Ewan. This time Parhar does get enough on it. It runs along the top of the net. Rollins for Bita. Does manage to get it past Parhar. This the little light touch. It's probably the only way they're going to get past Parhar now is to try and get him off speed. Because he's just been big at the net all afternoon.
Bita showing that he's got ball control and he's got the whole rounded game here with this roll shot, this cut shot. Everybody's dug in for his big hit that they're normally used to, and then he just changes it up on them. It's kind of like a change up as a pitcher.
That was just what I was about to say there. Bita now as they switch sides on 10 points. Jennings pops it up. Christensen. Parhar. Wow. Jared Parhar. Was there ever any doubt? 6'5", Team Keira's Parhar with the stamp of authority on that point.
Once again, this has been happening a couple times where Bita just doesn't fully get set on that block, and it gives a lot more room for Parhar.
Bita, Rollins. Oh, cheeky little touch, an equally cheeky block. Ultimately, it stays live. Parhar running towards it. Touch from Bita.
They're making a hand call here. It's very rare. We definitely get away with a lot more here at Volleybash. We don't call it as tight as other tournaments. But that one there, you could see Bita just kind of catch the ball and say, no, that wasn't good enough.
And the self-policing does wonders again. Ewan. Jennings with to reach out for that one. Off the fingers of Bita. Rollins making the stretch, but Michaela Rollins not able to control, and it falls, and it's 7-6 Team Keira. No real big blowout leads here like we saw in set 2. Everything's really tight. Both teams know there's a medal on the line here. Bronze medal would be a fitting reward for either side based on the performance in this match. Ewan off the block of Parhar. Jennings tries to get there, but Ewan, injured shoulder and all, comes up with the kill. 7-7.
I don't know if that counts, Mark.
That's a frustrating play for these big blockers where Mark hits it off the top of the net, and it just rolls through the block. It's very, very tough for the big blockers.
Keira Rollins with the serve. Jennings, Christensen, Parhar. Jared Parhar, like clockwork, exact same play.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. He's owning this back corner every time. Nice high swing. You can see him reach nice and high. And there's nothing that the defense can do on that.
8-7.
You know, that's a good, you got to give Keira Christensen some credit there for knowing which player she's got that's hot and going back to him.
Absolutely. Bita, a little awkward play, but Ewan gets it in the end. Christensen watches it fall. That'll be out. And Team Keira finally have a little bit of breathing room here. 9-7 Team Keira. Jennings with the serve. Off the net, Ewan. Bita off the block of Parhar, and that's out. Just like that, it's all tightened up, 9-8.
You can see Parhar saying, I just needed a little bit more and I would have owned that one, but he didn't get it. Bita, that was an important point right there.
And he's back to serve now. Bita's been really hit or miss with his service here. He'll go on a run and then he'll just float one outside the back. Or he'll put one into the net just like there. Curse of the commentator strikes again.
Yeah, you called that one for sure.
My apologies to Team International. 10-8 Team Keira. 5 points away from a bronze medal. They have to win by 2, but they've got that gap right now. Jared Parhar. Bita. Rollins. Ewan. Christensen pops that up. Jennings. Parhar puts it over to the back. Bida. We roll up against Jennings. And she gets it to fall, but not in. She had a bit of room on the line there. 11-8, Team Keira. She could see that line there, Shane.
Well, you know what? Give this team international credit. They go to Mickey lots in trouble, whereas the other team doesn't go to Keira very often.
Just played almost a dedicated setter's role here. Ewan, right to Parhar, bumps that up. Jennings to Parhar off the big block of Eduardo Bida. 11-9. And that's 20 points. They will change sides, and we'll take another look at Eduardo Bida doing Eduardo Bida things.
So in that situation, when Jennings goes back to set, they know that the ball is going out to Parhar. So Eduardo doesn't have that indecision in his block. He gets out there and he gets set, and that's the result, a massive block.
Mark Ewan back to serve. 9 serving 11. Jennings, Christensen, tight to the net, goes over Parhar. He'll have to let this one go. Ewan gets it back from Bida. Over the block, Christensen. Jennings. It'll be Parhar with the free again. Some miscommunication at the net from Team Keira. They're not getting Parhar to his favorite position, and this time, off the block, it falls 10-11, and that gap is gone.
That's the thing with beach volleyball and rally point scoring. You think you're ahead in a couple plays, just like Mark does here. He gets this nice high roll shot into the deep corner, and now they're back in it.
And that's 2 rallies in a row where we've seen Parhar has not been allowed to get to his favorite spot on the court. Maybe he will here. He absolutely will, and the cut shot falls as soon as he gets a chance. Jared Parhar.
And he walks away with a bit of swagger in him, and that's not normally Parhar. That's just showing that he's having fun with this. Showing he's not just about the hard swings. He can do a shot too.
He's sharing a chuckle there with Michaela Rowlands. She'll set here, bump set. Over to Bida off the block. Oh, but he's got enough on it to let it fall over. Parhar was there, but just too much power from Bida, 12-11.
Now it's going to come down to unforced errors. If they can limit them, both teams are in this game. If all of a sudden there's unforced errors, they don't have time.
We saw both sets really come down to a string of them. Parhar, big kill. Every time he gets that spot, he makes it count. 13-11 Team Keira. They are 2 points away from a bronze
Look at this
medal.
swing here. Parhar wants it. He gives a grunt even. Like, that is a huge, huge hit. And Parhar just turns around and he's ready to go for the next play.
They'll switch sides on this next point, which is good for Team Keira because Devin Jennings is squinting, serving into the sun. Ewan, Rowlands, Bida, makes it count. 13-12, they'll switch sides, and Team International will serve into the sun. 1 point back.
This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see from the medal games. Just unforced errors, big hits, good defense. Like, sorry, no unforced errors. That's what I was telling you at around 10 points. I said, like, we need to have no unforced errors here. Neither side is giving it an inch here. This is great volleyball right now.
And a big round of appreciation there from the crowd for an excellent show. As Bida, curse of the commentator, strikes again as he goes to try and pick that back corner and settle it himself. High risk maneuver does not come through, and now it's 14-12 Team Keira.
This is match point right here.
And who else to serve for point but the man who's been carrying his team this set, Jared Parhar. The man with the big arm floats it short. Bida, Rowlands, it's to Ewan, right to Christensen. Jennings sets it. Parhar. Jared Parhar with the kill that gets Team Keira the bronze medal at Volleybash 28. Mark Ewan was there, just not able to control it. Jared Parhar, Keira Christensen, Devin Jennings, bronze medalists at Volleybash 28 for the 3v3 co-op open division. Shane, your thoughts?
Hey, that was a great game. They cleaned it up in that 5th set. We'll take a look here at these the last 2 points. That's the serve that we
the unforced error that
we made happen, and then this is just Parhar with authority.
We're here with Volleybash 28 bronze medalists Keira Christensen, Jared Parhar, Devin Jennings. Congratulations, all three of you. Keira, we'll start with you. It's Team Keira.
Yeah.
By default, I'm told, but how does it feel to be a bronze medalist?
I mean, it's pretty nice. This is my first time that I've actually medaled in the triples, so I'm pretty excited. I like it.
Jared, you had the biggest arm out there by a mile. Some fantastic kills. Keira setting you up. Tell me about some of those actions out there.
Oh, I mean, like, Keira just made it so easy up there. Like, there wasn't much. All I had to do was do my job. It was easy. Like, Devin here's giving all the passes. Keira sets. I got the rest. I know it looks good though.
Well, Devin, get over here because you were a late addition to this team, filling in. Tell me about how some of the struggles you had trying to fit in really quickly.
No struggles. These guys are incredible. They just made it really easy to come out and play the sport that I love. So it was an awesome opportunity to get to play on a different team and a different scenario in the gold medal or the bronze medal match. Yeah.
You get a medal out of it too, which is great. So you're all Volleybash veterans. What does this event mean to you guys?
Definitely just getting together with like fellow players, the people in the community, just having a fun time.
I mean, this is like my 4th year in the tournament, so it's pretty fun just like getting all the guys together, all the volleyball team together before the season starts, having a fun weekend just to play.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful day. We get to enjoy it with friends. So the competitive side's always nice, but it's just nice to get out here and have fun.
Fantastic. Devin Jennings, Jared Parhar, Keira Christensen together. Team Keira will be back with the gold medal match in just a bit.
There are 15,837 people in our community who are over the age of 65. And Wise Folks is about redefining ageism. We have been working towards creating this show for a couple of years now, and we are so excited that it's finally coming to fruition. The idea behind Wise Folks is to change the way that we look at aging. It's a beginning, not an end. The show itself is produced, created, and designed by older adults in our community. They are learning how to work behind the camera, how to do hosting, and they have so much to offer. It's about sharing the wisdom of each and every person. They're doing really exciting things, and we want to share those stories. It's time we had a listen. They're Wise Folks.
Sun, sand, and beach volleyball. Volleybash 28.
Welcome back to Volleybash 28 on Shaw TV Sports. Rituro alongside Shane Hyde here in the broadcast booth at Parksville Community Beach for the gold medal match. 3v3 open category featuring, on our broadcast left will be Team Groenenddijkovic, featuring Doug Groenenddijk, Vedran Obradovic, and Andrea Cankovic. Large Croatian connection there. And on our broadcast right, Team Webb, featuring Jeff Webb, Braden Brower, and a Danielle Hyde. Any relation, Shane?
Yeah, I'll try to be biased, but it is my wife, so.
There we go. Team Webb starting things off. Brower goes big, but that's a massive stuff at the net from Groenenddijk. 1-0 to start things off for Team Groenenddijkovic.
You're going to see a different game here in the final. These guys can pound, and they all can block. This is outstanding ball that will be taking place.
And just like that, a big kill for Jeff Webb, and we are even at 1. This is the gold medal match. 21 points in the first 2 of this best of 3. If we need to go to a third and deciding set, it will be first to 15 with no cap. And of course, you must win by 2. Serving now, Danielle Hyde. Bumped up, Cankovic. Groenenddijk off the block of Brower and down for a point. 2-1.
That's a big kill there by Doug Groenenddijk. He's got 2 sisters that are outstanding volleyball players as well. Volleyball is it in his family. They're from Duncan. They're farmers. They're dairy farmers, and you can see how strong and agile he is.
Obradovic serve there. Hyde pops it up. Brower goes over the heads, but also just beyond the back line. Point for Team Groenenddijkovic, 3-1.
This team of Webb and Brower, they were actually the doubles gold medalists last year.
That's right. I do recall those names. Great show they put on for us. And here's Webb putting on another great show right into the feet of Obradovic.
I'm sure we're going to see a replay on this kill. Jeff, here it comes right here. Jeff just showing his incredible athleticism with this swing, high swing, showing why 2 years ago he was the gold medalist at Canada Games.
Serving short, Obradovic, Cankovic, Groenenddijk. Lots of power, but just not accurate enough. All tied up at 3 now.
Yeah, it looked like Danielle Hyde was a little startled there. She wasn't ready for that one. Danielle Hyde, 11 times her name is on the trophy here at Volleybash.
Championship experience and then some. Webb with the serve. Bradovic will watch it go out. 4-3. And then every 7 points, they switch sides in these first of 21 sets. And now, having had the sun at their backs, Team Groenenddijkovic now must serve into the setting sun here in Parksville. Fantastic weather for Volleybash this year, Shane.
Yeah, we cannot complain about the weather today.
A little bit of a breeze, tiny bit of cloud, plenty of blue, like the blue on the tank of Braden Brower as he kills that to tie the score at 4. Sporting that Mariners tank.
Yeah, Brower is an all-star, all-Canadian for VIU. You can see why with this big, huge high swing.
Bradovic, Jankovic, back to Bradovic, into the block of Webb.
This is basically an all-VIU final. Both, all these players have an attachment with VIU, whether they're alumni or they currently play. Chunky, as we know her, she's a power hitter for us. Won a national championship this year.
Webb pops up the serve. Hyde, Brower. Oh my goodness. What a kill. Finds the back line. Makes it look easy.
It's pretty easy when you've got 2 big bombers.
As it is 5-5 now after that wonderful kill by Brower.
Danielle was just inducted into the CCAA Hall of Fame. She's a 4-time All-Canadian when she played. She's a setter, so these 2 bombers paired with a setter, it's a pretty fearsome threesome for sure.
Groenenddijk with the dig. He'll get his chance. Nice little touch, but Brower was fast to react. Hyde with the free set. Webb. Jankovic is there. Groenenddijk. Bradovic. Brower does well to get low.
They're calling hands. No, they're calling maybe a net touch.
Either way, it looks like Team Webb has owned up to it, and it will go 6-5, Team Groenenddijkovic. You mentioned there, Shane, all the VIU connections here, and with your heavy involvement with VIU, this must be a sense of pride to see the quality being shown here. Hyde up to Brower. Off the touch, and it'll fall. 6-all.
Yeah, all these players, veteran. Let's look at the replay here. Here you've got a nice easy roll shot using those hands by Brower.
Webb to serve. A little miscommunication there, but they get it up in the end. Groenenddijk, no problem. Big kill there, 8-7.
So here's Groenenddijk. He's known for his play indoors, but showing he can also play outdoors. He started his career at Thompson Rivers University, and now he's here at VIU.
His team is up 7-6. Webb ties it up at 7. And with that, they switch sides. Now they'll have the sun in their eyes again. Hasn't seemed to bother them at all.
You're going to see the back bump here, back set by Danielle. And, yeah, Jeff finishes it, kind of uses that block a bit.
Brower. Bradovic. Jankovic. Bradovic with the massive kill off the side of Webb. 8-7.
Yeah, here's Veteran outside. He's known to use his left or his right hand. This time he goes with his right and just powers it through.
When you got this kind of bombing power on both sides here, Shane, how do you set up defense against this? Any of those 6 players could kill this in an instant. And Brower, maybe that's the answer. Groenenddijk comes up big with a massive block on Brower. 9-7.
So indoors, Doug is a middle blocker, and you can see why. He's a very, very solid blocker.
Jankovic serves to Brower. Hyde pops it up. It'll be Webb. Goes long. There's a touch. And they will get the point off that touch. 9-8. Service goes back over to Team Webb.
That's a smart shot by Jeff. He kind of took something off and just went for high hands. And it was successful on that one.
Danielle Hyde with the serve. Vedran Bradovic. Jankovic. Bradovic. Great dig there by Hyde. Webb just a half-second slow to react there and can't do anything with the dig. Point goes to Team Groenenddijkovic. Vedran Bradovic setting up here. sporting his Croatian tank. Croatian connection on that team. Webb, high bump there, gets it back, and that kill will count. 10-9. Team Webb now, only a point behind.
You see the back bump again. Danielle's going to this multiple times. They're keeping the ball off the net slightly, maybe on purpose to keep it away from that big block.
Jankovic with the set, and there's that big block from Brower this time. Obradovic tries to get it over, and Webb with the set. He'll get his chance. Just not able to keep that in. Was looking line, but wrong side. 11-9.
Well, you can see what we talked about in the bronze medal match. We let the hand setting go a little bit here, and I thought that one should have been called on Chunky, Andrea.
Obradovic almost punishes a mistake there by Team Webb. Very casual defense. Instead, it'll be Groenenddijk who ends up getting the point. So a bit too casual on defense there for Team Webb. Team Groenenddijkovic takes advantage, 12-9. They will switch sides here.
They run a little bit of a faster back set here, and Danielle just couldn't quite get that ball up.
Groenenddijk to serve into the sun. Webb, Hyde, Brower. Off the block, but it falls. Obradovic looks skyward. He knows he should have had that. Bit of a fortunate break there for Team Webb, 10-12.
And again, takes a little bit off of it, just uses that block.
Groenenddijk, Jankovic. Obradovic is a joust at the net. It'll fall, and they will give the point to Team Webb. On the net, there was
that one. All 6 of these players all play here on a regular basis here on Parksville Beach, so they call Parksville Beach their home.
No real home team advantage then, but always enjoy playing in front of a home crowd, and the crowd here lights up on the big block by Jeff Webb. Wow. A big slap of hands there.
So there's a few things in beach volleyball that really gets you excited. One's a big, huge block, and one's a big, huge kill, and we just saw the block there. So maybe that triggers these guys to get going.
You saw the respect there between Groenenddijk and Webb afterwards. They try again. This time Groenenddijk gets the better of Webb, off the block and out for a point.
And like I said earlier, the difference between this bronze medal or the gold medal match versus the bronze medal match is just a lot crisper play. You're seeing way more crisp sets, crisp passes.
Up for Webb. No mistake. Groenenddijk thought he could get inside just the wrong angle, and Webb punishes him for it.
And they're having fun. Look at the smiles.
Not often you get absolutely dunked on and then smile it off.
Well, look at that. Webb makes it look like he's going line and just cross bodies it straight down. Beautiful swing.
13 all. Scores all even. Jankovic with a cheeky little bump, and she'll actually get the point off of it as Brower goes outside. Out it goes, 14-13. Team Groenenddijkovic.
Yeah, that's a sign of Chunky is not a setter. That's the difference. She's an offensive weapon. Indoors, outdoors, maybe not so much in the triples game, but in doubles she is. But you can see that she wasn't comfortable using her hands there, so she just poked it over.
Obradovic. Little topspin on that. Webb had to move quick. He'll send it over. Jankovic. Groenenddijk. Obradovic. High and out. No touch, they say. 14 all.
Even the scorekeeper is Croatian.
The connections run deep here at Volleybash.
And here's just a rare error. Actually, we haven't seen too many of these. Just a, I don't know what Vedran was thinking there, but sails it out.
Maybe he saw some daylight there, back corner. Regardless, it's Webb serving. Jankovic to Obradovic. Can he make amends? Webb is there. It's live. Not able to get there, though. Would have been a Herculean effort for either Hyde or Brower to keep that one alive. And Vedran Obradovic makes good. Doug Groenenddijk. Back to serve. 15-14. Webb. Hyde. It'll be Webb again. Beats the block. 15 all.
We saw the same style of play in their semifinal. You see Danielle back bumping it, back setting it to Jeff. They went to Jeff a lot in the semifinal match.
Groenenddijk cross court. right back and forth. It's just, you can see it on each service there. They're getting exactly the set they want. You talk about that crisp play, Shane. Yep. There it is.
Well, yeah, you'll see we call her Chunky with the back bump, and it was dead perfect.
Ooh. What a block! Doug Groenendijk, a tower of power in the middle. No way through there, and a slim advantage, which could be decisive.
Look at how high he gets up and just penetrates straight down.
Jankovic.
And they're laughing back and forth. Fellow teammates indoors.
Hyde, Webb. This time he gets past Groenendijk, and it falls for 17-16. Team Webb gets one back. They're only behind by one now. But again, those margins so slim. A 2-point lead might be, it's all you need to win, and certainly might be all they need, Team Groenenddijkovic, to get through this. Danielle Hyde serving for Team Webb. There was a debate whether or not to call them Team Hyde, but we thought that might be a little too, much of a some conflict of interest there. So Team Webb it was. 18-16, Team Groenenddijkovic.
Well, I might have to talk to Danielle about that dig there. She should have got that one up, I think. We'll talk about that over dinner, I guess.
Webb to Hyde. She does manage to keep it live, but only briefly. Rare defensive error there from Jeff Webb. Put Hyde in a tough spot. And now, even more rare, a 3-point lead here. Team Groenenddijkovic up 19-16 over Team Webb.
Problem with that 3-point lead is where it is. 19-16, it's a game to 21. They're running out of time to make a comeback here, so that was a really unforced error there. Untimely.
Vedran Obradovic with the serve. This time Webb pops it up right to Hyde. Brower! There was Jankovic. Groenendijk will keep it alive. It'll be a free ball. And a little too much oomph on it there from Obradovic as he tried to make it difficult. Ended up overdoing it just a touch. 19-17, they've still got time and space.
This is the critical point. Obviously right now every point is critical, but this is the point that Team Webb needs. He goes easy on the serve.
Groenendijk to Jankovic, and Obradovic goes good dig there by Webb as he's going across court. Obradovic slow to get up, and Webb will give the free ball away. Obradovic is looking for something. Did he think there would be a call there on the foul?
Well, I actually think that
they are going to call this, I think.
Well, I think they thought that I don't know what that call was. The only thing I could think of is maybe a foot fault.
But no sky ball for set point, though, despite encouragement from the crowd. Groenendijk plays it safe, and Webb just plays it for power. 2018, it's still set point for Team Groenenddijkovic, with Team Webb serving.
Danielle goes inside, sets in front to Jeff, and Jeff just punishes it straight down. Any error for Team Webb is going to cost them the set.
Braden Brower to serve. Obradovic, Jankovic, Groenendijk. 21-18, Team Groenenddijkovic takes the first set. That's set one. We're going to see a second. Will we maybe see a third? We'll find out after this break. You're watching the gold medal match of Volleybash 28. It's 3v3s. More coming up next.
With a little help and a loving hand, I will take my steps in turn. From speech to motor and life skills, the CDC knows how I learn. For some children, there's an extra challenge to learning, but you can help. The annual Nanaimo Child Development Center telethon will air live from the Port Theatre. Show your support and tune into Shaw TV Channel 4 from noon to 8 p.m.
Nanaimo CDC.
We are back and getting ready for the second set. The gold medal match. Here are some highlights from the first, Shane. Clinical kills here. Team Groenendijk taking the first set, 21-18.
Yeah, they're good luck defense. If that block's not set, with these hitters, it's pretty impossible to get those digs. The only line of defense is the block. Look at this.
That is the kill that won the set there by Doug Groenendijk. Team Groenendijkovic. Doug Groenendijk, Vedran Obradovic, and Andrea Jankovic. Croatian connection. Currently up 1-0. Jankovic with the serve. Going up against Team Webb. Braden Brower there. Groenenddijk, Obradovic, and that will go long, and the first point will go to Team Webb.
With the exception of that one.
Oh, no, the thing got a touch. They must have had a touch because they're giving that to Team Groenenddijkovic. So we'll save our introduction for Team Webb until now. Jeff Webb, Braden Brower, and Danielle Hyde. That is Webb to Hyde, back to Webb. Slight touch off the net, gets the roll. Groenenddijk reacts quickly. Obradovic off the touch. Brower pops it up. Hyde to Brower. Free ball over. Jankovic, Groenenddijk, Obradovic. Good block by Webb, but it's off the block and out. 2-0, Team Groenenddijkovic.
Yeah, it seems as Danielle is using the bump set more than using her hand. She's, you know, Hall of Fame hands. I don't know why she's not using her hands instead of the bump set.
To Webb, off the block of Groenenddijk. Great block, it stays live, but they'll call that as a carry. That one was a pretty easy self-call there. Good reaction time, just not able to get it up legally. Once again, to Groenenddijk, the power.
Yeah, big block there. You can see Jeff just scoop it up, and nobody could argue that one.
Brower, off the block again. On fire in the middle, 4-0 on the strength of Doug Groenenddijk's work in the middle.
Yeah, here's another, this time Danielle goes with her hands, and Braden's actually been struggling to get past the block. With the exception of that one big bomb he had, he really has been struggling, and they've moved Jeff to the other side, maybe to get through this.
It's a heavy dig there. Groenenddijk will put it for Obradovic, off the block of Webb. Brower keeps it live. Webb sets for Brower, off the block. Easy block there for Vedran Obradovic. Pushes it right down into empty territory. 5-0. This is not the tight match that we saw in the first set.
No, it is not. This is not what I expected. Good block there by Vedran. Little celebration afterwards.
Jankovic on a great streak here, and she'll dig that one up after Hyde, and then Groenenddijk with authority, 6-0.
Well, you can see the game plan from, I don't know, Kankovic or whatever they call themselves today.
Groenenddijkovic.
Yeah, they're serving Brower nonstop.
There it is again. Jankovic has her target. Hyde to Webb. Gets over the block this time.
Wow.
But this time,
7-0.
It does just go. It looked like it clipped the line there, but no, they are confident that it went wide. 7-0. That is the longest lead we've seen all afternoon in these finals, and not a single point on the board for Team Webb. That I did not expect.
No, I think the crowd is a little bit rattled here too. This is not what we expected here. And it's really been sloppy play on the side of Team Webb.
The championship trophy is here at our broadcast table. Should Team Groenenddijkovic win this set, they will take the trophy. And they are up 8-0 after that long attempt by Brower. Team Webb want their chance to hoist the trophy. They're going to need to do a lot better than this.
Yeah, here's another, just kind of a boomer hit, we call it.
Free ball popped over. Jankovic, Obradovic. Good dig by Hyde. Off the net. Nobody there. Bit of miscommunication there. Both Brower and Webb looking at one another saying, why didn't you get that?
Yeah, that's Jeff Webb's ball. Beautiful dig by Danielle, and Webb's got to go for that. A little bit more effort there. They're not going to get back in the game with that.
9-0. Jankovic serving up a storm here. This time she serves to Webb, and this time Webb gets his team on the board. They switch targets, and Webb makes them pay. They're finally on the board.
Well, you can see they move Jeff back to the right side, and Danielle goes to that with that bump set that's been successful. They're just, they need Brower to get back in this game.
Hyde with the serve, touch over by Jankovic. Brower touches it back. Jankovic sets. Groenenddijk is blocked by Brower. Big block. Is that the motivation he needs? Obradovic finds nothing but Webb. Webb gets over the touch. It'll be over again. Groenenddijk! Diving attempt to dig it up by Brower, but Groenenddijk finds another point for his team. 10-1. That looked like that falls for Team Webb. That might have been the swing they needed, but all that great work comes to nothing.
Yeah, but it was a scrambly play that Brower needed to put a better setup there for Webb.
Webb, another miscommunication there. Poor bump on the reception. Not his best defensive work there. 11-1, Groenenddijkovic over Webb.
I'd hate to say this, but I really don't want to hear Andrea Kenkovic brag about the win here. So this is going to be a tough one to take if they pull this off.
Brower! He needed that.
Obviously, I'm kidding there, and then all of a sudden, Andrea is one of my top players. Worried here for her knees after this hit. Look at this. Brower just nails her.
Webb serving here. Jankovic for Obradovic. Big block by Brower.
That's a carry.
And they will indeed call it a carry. That's 2 big plays by Brower. First the kill and then the block. 11-3. Team Webb finally showing a spark of life. Too little, too late, maybe. Stranger things have happened. Jankovic. Obradovic.
There's just too much room.
No mistake there. 12-3.
And Vedra knows he just needs to, he doesn't have to play crazy ball right now, just kind of controlled. And that's what he did there, high, deep shot.
And they will switch sides here.
You can see the smiles on Jeff and Braden and Danielle, but I think really deep down inside, they're super upset with this performance right now.
Groenenddijk with the serve. Webb, Hyde, go back to Webb. And he was looking for line. Doesn't find it though, it's long, 13-3. Webb looks skyward. He knows he could have had that.
You know, we played this team of Vedra and Andrea and Doug this morning, and we went 3 with them with my team. I have a Brazilian player, a big 6'8" blocker as well, and they just kept coming at us, and they were the reason why they took us down. We're a good team.
Change up there from Groenenddijk going short, ends up with Brower, who gets the kill. Brower has finally woken up. 13-4, though with a 9-point gap. That might be a mountain too high. Though speaking of height.
Yeah, Brower takes a bit off that and just looks for the hands, and I think they need to do some more of that to get back in this game.
Groenenddijk, Jankovic, Groenenddijk. He's been uncorking a few of those. That's off a little bit. Hyde was there, not enough, 14-4.
Yeah, Doug, you can see here that Doug shows he's going to go line, and then he goes cross body and goes across his body, cross court. I also think that the Team Webb is serving way too easy right now.
All right, now it's Jankovic with the serve. They'll get a chance to fix that as Webb. There's a nice rocket. Gets the kill, 14-5.
This is like just a replay, one after another, the same play, a back bump, and Jeff hits in the same spot. It's an instant kill for them when they do that.
Groenenddijk, rare miscue there from Doug Groenenddijk, and Jeff Webb makes him pay. They're going to need more than a few miscues to get back in, but they do make the most of it. 14-6.
Rare service error by Groenenddijk. Such a huge lead, though.
Obradovic, Jankovic, Groenenddijk gets it over the block of Webb, who pops it straight back up. Hyde. It will be Webb off the block of Groenenddijk. Obradovic has to lay out to get it. Jankovic with a nice little off-speed touch. Falls for a point, 15-6.
Yeah, beautiful dig there by Vedra, and then Chunky just realizes she can't power through that block and just call it a little cheesy play there.
Whatever works for you. And right now, she has Team Groenenddijkovic with a 9-point lead. Obradovic with the serve. Webb, Hyde, Brower, off the block of Groenenddijk, sends it right back. Webb, Hyde, to Webb again. Obradovic pops it up. Groenenddijk. Obradovic right in the middle. Brower, easy pick up there. Hyde. Brower. Nearly takes off the head of a few spectators over there, including someone who's still on their phone for some unknown reason. But regardless, long and out point goes to Team Groenenddijkovic, 16-6.
You can see that Danielle is kind of lost a bit of confidence in setting Brower. She wants to set Webb everywhere, and Brower just needs to take something off on that play. That was not a smart play at all.
Webb has to reach for that. Nice top spin on that serve. Webb again goes cross court with a little touch. There's the point. 16-7. They might maybe hit double digits, but it's
Webb pulls off a little cut shot there. Successful one.
Groenenddijk, Jankovic back to Groenenddijk, and Groenenddijk. Oh, it's just brutal from Groenenddijk. 17-7.
When it rains, it pours. This way, Chunky uses her hands for the first time, and it just fakes out Brower, and Doug has pure kill there.
With a 10-point lead, the crowd is calling for a sky ball from Doug Groenenddijk.
Doug cannot sky ball either.
Oh, he will.
He takes a real easy one.
Oh, it's going to fall too.
Oh.
Webb has to get it. Groenenddijk floats it over. Brower pops it up at the net. Joust. Webb gets it to fall. Popped back up. Jankovic. Oh, a failed reverse bump there. Miscommunication between Groenenddijk and Obradovic. Point team Webb.
And smiles and laughs everywhere. You can see this. Dig here. Just a big push. It's called a joust at the net there.
Obradovic. Jankovic. Obradovic. Great dig by Hyde. Webb puts it up to Brower. And he does find space in the backcourt. That was a clutch dig from Danielle Hyde.
Yeah, she's trying, but fortunately they need more than just the odd dig here or there and the odd good shot. They got to string a bunch of good plays together to get back in this.
17-9. Groenenddijk. Hyde pops that one up. Webb quickly over and down. 17-10. They do hit double digits. And it's from a 10-point lead to a 7-point lead. It's a little, but it's something.
You can see here, Jeff goes over on the second contact. It's a nice dig from Danielle. I really, truly believe if I'm out there, these two, Danielle and Jeff, think that they need to go to each other. Brower needs to find his game. He's starting to.
It's an ace there as they switch sides. 28 total points every 7 they switch. And now it's 17-11.
There's just so little room for error on the Webb's team here. They cannot make any more errors.
Groenenddijk, Jankovic. Groenenddijk does manage to get there was Hyde, but doesn't get a good angle on it. And Groenenddijk will get the kill, 18-11.
We have kind of a saying that, you know, you get a decent lead and then you have patient side-out volleyball till the end, and that's what Chunky's team's doing. They're just siding out 1 point at a time.
Andrea Jankovic with the serve. Braden Brower! That elicits an ooh from the crowd as Brower makes no mistake, 18-12.
Once again, a big, huge, kind of a wild swing here by Brower. But it's a great kill, but it's just not enough of them. And it doesn't really rattle Veteran and Chunky and Doug because they know that they'll get this one, and eventually the Team Webb will just run out of time.
Only 3 points away from hoisting this lovely trophy on our broadcast desk. Hyde serving. Obradovic with a little touch. Are they going to call that net? They are going to call that net. Obradovic did put up quite a bit of contact there, and 18-13.
Yeah, they could have also called, oh yeah, you can see he gets his neck on the net, but could have called the hands there too.
Obradovic, it's a short bump. Groenenddijk, though, is in position to kill that 13-19.
So once again, Groenenddijk is not known for being a big beach player. He's starting to be, but man, he's showing. I think he's the player of this team. Do you not agree?
I absolutely agree. That right hand of his has been dynamite. Webb now, great bump up and a little touch from Groenenddijk. Brower blocked again by Groenenddijk. Everyone there. Obradovic with a fantastic dig. Hyde up to Webb, back set to Brower, falls.
That's an exciting rally for sure. The crowd's waiting for something.
And don't look now, but they're only 5 points back. It's the margin is razor thin here at 19-14, but again, they've made up 5 points here. It would be something if they could close that gap further, but it's a massive mountain to climb. Brower Hyde, Webb, long.
Yeah, we got a touch.
Oh, was
a
there?
touch there?
It was a touch.
Yeah.
And look at that, 19-15.
I know it's only a 4-point lead. And then we can see this touch just clips
There it is, yeah.
Yep.
Good eye.
But it's the problem here is that it's 19 points. They only need 2, and that's where it's just they're running out of time. They gotta. What needs to happen is Chucky and Veterans team need to have a few errors here.
Jankovic, Groenenddijk, and that's long. 1960. You talked about errors. There's one. Groenenddijk, who's been fantastic, just a little bit long on that cross-court kill attempt. 1916.
Team Webb wants to get back in as they need to play error-free, and they need to hope for errors on the other team, and that's what just happened here.
Meanwhile, for Team Groenenddijkovic, is there any panic or concern at this point? They frittered away a 10-point lead.
No.
I guess not.
I was going to say that, yes, there would be if the one more point scored, but now it's possible match point.
Match point 2016, Team Groenenddijkovic, and it will be Doug Groenenddijk, player of the match. There's a chant for Skyball coming up from the stands behind. Is he going to do it?
No.
Nope, jump serve instead. Crowd is mildly disappointed. Webb kills it. It's still match point, but Webb puts his emphasis in.
This one here, there's no block. I don't know what Veteran was thinking here. They've went to this a ton of times, and Veteran gets beat, but no block up there.
Brower, Groenenddijk, Jankovic, Obradovic, and there it is. Vedran Obradovic kills it and wins it. Team Groenenddijkovic are your gold medal winners, 21-17 in the second set, 21-18 in the first set. And truly some fantastic play from Doug Groenenddijk, sealing the gold medal victory for his side.
Yeah, Doug was the player of the game. Doug and Jeff did everything he could on the one side, but yeah, Doug Groenenddijk showing that he's got some beach game.
Well, if you needed any proof, let's take a look at some of the highlights here.
Yeah, here's Braden.
Big block there from Obradovic. He had his part to play. Make no mistake, this was a full team effort, but there you see an example of it. Just the sheer
There's
power.
another one straight down. Nothing for Danielle could do here.
It's the Doug Groenenddijk show, and Team Groenenddijkovic with their Croatian connection winning in straight sets, 21-18, 21-17. And that is going to do it for Volleybash 28. The gold, silver, and bronze medalists have been determined. Bronze in our earlier match going to Team Keira. Silver medal to Team Webb, and gold medal to Team Groenenddijkovic. Back after this.
The show is a showcase of Vancouver Island personalities, events, causes, entertainers, artists, musicians. Basically look at the culture and the personalities that really make our communities tick and make them so vibrant. We're really stoked to be on television. Our guests are stoked to be on television. We're learning, we're getting messaged out in the community, and we're allowed to have a really good time while doing it.
I want to congratulate you guys. Volleybash 28 is yours. Here you go, guys.
So Team Groenenddijkovic, first of all, congratulations. Let's talk about this gold medal victory. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. It really means a lot. Me and Andrea actually, we've played all 4 years here. First year we were second, then we were third, then we were fourth, and now finally 4 years we made it.
Yeah, a whole gamut now, everything.
Yeah, we got all 4 now, but finally we're on this baby and we're very happy. We're happy. We're sticking with Doug now for sure.
Doug, let's talk about this. Some fantastic work in the middle of the net here. How did that feel to you?
Oh, it felt great to get some good blocks in there and some good kills. It was sweet. Great sets from Chunky though. It was awesome.
Let's talk about that. Everything, of course, it's a full team effort, but it all starts in the middle. How did that set go for you?
Pretty good. When you got these two guys, you don't really have to try hard. So whatever I set there, they just bomb it, and that's good.
Was there any worry at all? You had a 10-point lead at one point, and it shrunk to 7, 6, 5, 4. Was there any panic at any point that, uh-oh?
I don't think there was, honestly. I didn't, you know, like as players, we kind of feel each other. So honestly, I didn't feel it. We didn't even call a timeout. So, you know, which is usually like, oh, panic mode, let's time out, let's talk about things. But we're just like, we got this. We're a better team today, and we proved that, I believe.
Doug, final words to you.
Oh, you know, it's good to be on a winning team for once. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow's a good day too.
Fantastic. Doug Groenenddijk, Andrea Jankovic, Vedran Abradovic, thank you so much. That's your gold medal winner, and that's going to do it for Volleybash 28 for Shane Hyde. My name is Rituro. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.